guys, it's Megan.
And Anna.
And we're here at CHA in Chicago.
Yes, and I have gathered up some of my designer friends, and they are going to share their secret tips with you.
That's right. Through the years, these ladies have learned a lot of different things in their various projects. So today we're going to showcase a couple of their ideas that they've come across. So let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Sandy Lipley. My craft tip today for you is how to get a watercolor technique when you used markers. We're going to make this really cute little dragonfly, and we've all colored. You know, you've been doing that since you were 5 years old. And today we're using some Tombow markers. If I go directly from the marker to my dragonfly, it's going to come out really dark, and that's not the color I'm looking for. So I'm taking a piece of paper that I've put some clear acetate on, and I'm just going to color on the acetate. I'm using this as my palette. Now I'm going to make sure I put the lid back on my marker to save it, and I'm using what they call a blender pen. I'm going to take my blender and I'm going to pick up some color from my palette. Now I'm going to go to my design. I'm going to start on the outside, and I'm just going to color in this little circle. And it's a little dark to start with, but as I keep working towards the center, you can see that it's getting lighter and lighter. And this is going to give me a variety of colors from the same marker. Now if I wanted to pick up another color, I could do the same thing. Let's take some of this pretty blue and put it on here. And to clean my marker, I'm going to go to a sheet of paper, and I'm just going to mark on here until I'm not getting any color. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to pick up the blue on my blender, and I'm going to come to another area and fill in color on my little dragonfly. That way you can get lots of different colors, lots of different shades from one set of markers. But remember to always clean your marker when you're finished, clean the blender marker. Make sure you put the lids back on tight, and they're going to last a long, long time.
Hi, my name is Teresa Cefali, and this is my secret tip for you today. Everybody seems to get a little bit frustrated by tape runners. I happen to really like them a lot, especially these from Thermoweb. The sticky strips, the most important thing to do when you're using a tape runner is to make sure that you have your tape runner flat and even on the surface. And when you pull back, you want to have not a lot of pressure, but just enough pressure so that you can see it running. And people tend to tilt their tape runner to the side to release it. And what you want to do is you just want to pull straight up. Otherwise, sometimes that tape will continue to run. I also really happen to like the sticky dots. And why I like these so much is because when you run the tape, same thing, flat, even pressure. You know, if I decide that I don't want to use that, I can just rub that right off and it'll come right off. But what I'm going to do right now is just show you really quick. When you're adhering, they're kind of semi-permanent until you stick them together and you add a little heat from your finger, and that makes them permanent, and you're all set.
Hi, I'm Vicki Schreiner, and I'm here to show you a really neat little quick tip about iron-on appliques. One of the problems with iron-on appliques that people run into is that they cannot get them to stick well, and the problem with that is that they forget to iron them on the back side. So I'm just going to show you real quick here that when you have your iron-on applique, I'm using the Bazooka appliques. These are a line that I designed for Expo International. They're real pretty embroidered appliques. The first thing you're going to do is lay your applique on your piece, put a pressing cloth over that item. I'm just using a simple piece of cotton, that works wonderful. Make sure you have your iron set on high, or as high as that surface will tolerate, as the fabric you're adhering to will tolerate. Hold your iron in place for 20 seconds on the front, just like that, with your pressing cloth. Take your iron off, remove your pressing cloth. And this is the thing that many creative people like myself tend to forget, is turn your piece over and hold your iron in place for 40 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds on the back side. And this will adhere that glue and let the heat come through. So then your applique will be in place and it will last washing to washing. And the neat thing about iron-on appliques is you don't have to keep them only for fabric pieces. Just on any crafty thing, in your paper crafting, any type of crafting, just use little glue dots and they'll adhere really good for craft projects. So, hope that helps you out with iron-on appliques.
Hello, my name is Candace Wyndham. My secret tip for you today is a way to preserve your paper scraps without having them in a big pile all over your studio. As soon as I have to cut up a full-size sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12, I immediately trim the leftovers down to ATC size or card front size, and I keep them in a box in front of me on my workspace so that I'll look there first when I need to make a quick card.
My name is Sue Kelsey, and the secret tip for today is with polymer clay. One of the secrets to getting nice rounded edges on your cutout piece would be to put a piece of plastic wrap over your polymer clay, smooth it out, press your cutter in. When you take it off, you have nicely rounded edges.
Hi, I'm Viv Eisner, and my secret tip for you today is how to turn any surface into a metal surface. And the way you want to start is you want to take spray paint and cover the item you want to turn into metal. So you start with this color, and then you want to dab some Stays-On ink onto your surface and just get random dark spots on it. And following this, I like to go into the Ranger copper ink. Also dries very, very quickly and sticks to anything. And you just kind of put it on and let it do its thing. And following that, I like to mix in the butterscotch color, which is really pretty, but you can really go in with anything. You could go in with a blue, you could go in with a yellow. And on these pieces here, I've added the texture of some tissue paper, and also some embossing powder. And then the final stage you can do is you can take rubber stamps and apply the glimmer dust. So you just put that on there, and you're adding the glue. And then the next step would be to sprinkle it on there, and then blow it off. You can get really interesting results.
Hi, I'm Ann Butler, and I'm going to show you a tip today on how to cut paper the proper way, or the easy way. You take your paper and your scissor, and when you're cutting, you turn the paper instead of turning the scissor, because that way you don't have any rough edges. And you cut out your shapes easily that way. And that's my tip.
Four markers of the same color at the points of your armholes, and then one marker of a different color at the beginning and end of a row. It's very easy then to know that you're ready to start a new row. That way you don't have to worry about figuring out where your tail is or checking some other way, and you can just keep on knitting.
Hi, I'm Cindy Beeson, and my secret tip involves something I discovered by accident this week. If you're working with fabric dye or dye-based ink pads or anything like that, it usually ends up getting on your hands even if you're wearing gloves, etc., especially in the nail beds, and it's hard to get off with regular soaps. I discovered that the Magic Eraser, sold under a variety of different names, actually works great for removing dye-based inks from skin. You can just soft, you can just scrub with it, it gets it off the skin, it gets it out of the nail beds on your hands, works on countertops. It gets dye-based inks off of just about anything. It truly is a magical tip.